Hey y'all, it's Mr. Adams. Y'all don't need to know my first name, but everybody asks me because what happens is on a lot of these are short-term, mid-term rental apps. The host or the owners, they'll just put like some basic stuff, and this is what I'm talking about, right? Anyways, they ask me what is it that I could do or clean to where it's sufficient, right? So, I mean, if anything, what you're doing is you're coming in and you're doing a basic general cleaning, but you want to do it in a way to where it adds value, right? So a lot of times when you get on the app, there's some owners or some people or owners or hosts that have like a long list of things that they want you to do. If you sign up to do it, then do it. But then again, there are some people who do this, right? Now, I'm going to go through step by step. I do have an Airbnb. I've done this place a few times, but I'll go step by step, room by room, so you could see what it is that you could do. Super, super simple stuff. All right, so we are here, and this is a 2-bed, 1-bath. I want to say like I guess a duplex, or I can't say a duplex, like an apartment, right? So obviously coming in, what I'm looking for, you can kind of see the different things already. So we can start with the living room, right? So one thing that I would definitely do and focus on are the pictures here. So we're dusting. If you see any fingerprints, just any minor wiping down. You got the lap, you're definitely dusting. And you check it for fingerprints and you can wipe that down. Now, what you would be using to wipe it down, I mean, it could be like a no-rinse sanitizer or simply like an all-purpose cleaner. Whatever you guys use, everybody uses something different. You got the table here that you would be wiping down and dusting. Then we kind of get into the couch, right? So I would be checking the pillows for which it looks as if it's some hair. So you got hair and you got stains. So that's something that you may want to work out with your host or homeowner in regards to what's expected. Because it could be some other things that you could be charging for. And, some people may do it for free. Me, I don't do anything for free. Now, we can talk about it and we can actually come up with something in regards to whichever properties that you have and any, say, upholstery cleaning or, cleaning the couches or carpet, like stain removal. That's something you guys can work on, right? So besides that, you're looking at the couch, you're checking for hair. So you got rollers that you can use. You got your vacuum, or you got any brush that you can wipe the couches off with. Of course, you're putting that back. And again, lamps, dusting, checking for fingerprints. Tables, you're dusting, checking for fingerprints. Also, I like to look along the way on the baseboards and the heaters along the walls and check for any dust, anything like that. This, of course, you would be dusting. If anything, it's always like a light dusting, right? I'm not going crazy. I'm not going too in depth in regards to the dusting. We can kind of come over here. TV, you want to dust, wipe down, check for any fingerprints. Some people may want you to water plants. That may be part of your routine. They may not, and then you want to add some extra value and let them know. Maybe they can pay you extra to water plants. Always find a way to make more money, right? Was this like a dresser or a stand you can wipe down? You want to dust and then wipe down. Table, wiping down, dusting. Coasters, of course, always check the coasters because a lot of times they'll be dirty and sticky and people will complain about that, right? So just putting everything back, you're vacuuming. Of course, your mopping in here is needed. I always try to touch up on the lamps, of course, the standing ones. You got this shelf here. I would go bit by bit and just do a light dusting, right? If I see anything, any stains, like cup stains, because people put cups and everything everywhere, I would look for that as well, to wipe those cup stains out, right? All right, let's get into here. Super simple. It's a small place. I always work back to front and then top to bottom. So if we're doing here, I would be looking up here and then doing a general dusting, of course, dusting the picture frames, checking the, what is this, like, blinds, I guess? I don't know why I don't know that. Curtains, and then checking to see if there's any stains. That way, if it needs to be washed or maybe don't need to be washed, and it's something that the owner or the host haven't said anything about, but if you spot it, fix it. You can add value to yourself as a cleaner. Just do it, man. But I would definitely be dusting up here. Nothing crazy. I'm not saying taking everything apart and washing it, but I would definitely dust it. That way it's falling down. You're checking the seat cover here for any dust and vacuuming that up and brushing it off, cleaning the tables, right? You got your door handles, so any high touch points, of course, knock that out easy. Light switches, picture frames, dusting it off, checking for fingerprints, right? So we kind of get into the kitchen area here. Always wipe down the kitchen cabinets. One way to check for if there's anything in regards to how dirty it can be or spills, turn your camera light on, and then you can see like a reflection of like water or whatever chemical that might have been on there, right? Check your, always check your appliances. I'm telling you, always, because you'll think, oh, I'm good. They didn't use anything, then it stains everywhere. So you come in here, you can check your microwave. They can see if there's anything in there. Of course, your cabinets, you got your little specks of whatever it is. Checking your little, coffee grinder. You want to shake this out. I'm not going crazy with this. I mean, some people do, some people don't. But I open it up at the bottom, or I just simply shake it out and then wipe out the outside of it. Checking your coffee maker. Stove, I want to say it can get a bit tricky. Now, when you kind of get into this, I'll wipe down in there. But any heavy duty deep cleaning, unless it's something that you've been ordered or agreed to do with the cleaning, that's up to you. But the general cleaning, you just kind of wiping down, making sure it's free of any debris. Even in the what am I trying to say? The inside of the stove. I mean, it's totally up to you what you want to do with that. But on a general cleaning, I would just kind of get in and wipe down just a bit, and then just make sure there's no debris or anything that. So when you turn the stove on, then you kind of have a burning smell that could kind of mess up the stove. Washer, dryer. Always check for length. You know what I'm saying? I hate. I've been running into issues with washers and dryers, and that's because they get the cheap ones, the old school ones like this dryer. When I tell you this dryer dry, it be doing this thing. So I don't know about you guys and if you had any issues with anything, but for me, I've been having hella issues with washers and dryers because they got the stackable ones and it's just been cheap. Whatever. Anyways, trash, of course. You want to sweep and mop, kind of get them to the sides too. You're not pulling anything out, but if I see anything on the sides, because people will complain about that. Oh, they'll see one thing and then they'll say everything is filthy, which is a lie. Checking the refrigerator, checking down here, making sure everything is good. So that's pretty much it. This is a small place, so you might, of course, you'll have properties that'll be way bigger, but I just wanted to kind of show you this one. So you got the kitchen, then we kind of get in the rooms, and it's 2 bedrooms, but I'm just kind of showing you one. So again, with this, want to wipe down these picture frames, right? Making sure everything is good. Any fingerprints, of course, dust, wiping along the baseboards. Get you a nice, maybe 12, 16 inch duster, and then you can just kind of walk along and then you could dust, you know what I'm saying? You got your curtains here, check for any spots. Again, these are things that I'm telling you to do that you may not be required to, but this will add value, trust me. And they'll see the difference from the other cleaners, and then even in themselves, because it might be a owner or host that might have been doing it. They'll be like, oh wow, this is good. Wiping the windows, not exterior, but interior. You want to wipe down here. Lamps, dust, wipe down, check for fingerprints, the end tables. You want to check inside. Maybe somebody left something. You can take pictures of that and send it over to the coaster owners. Obviously, the headboards here. This is more like a little suede, so it's some dust here. I haven't cleaned this in maybe a month or so. They have. I'm not the primary cleaner, so other people clean it. So whatever is done is done. But on my time, I'll definitely make sure it's done. But of course, you know, making sure there's no debris up there or dust. And of course, you do wash the sheets. So you got the pillowcases and the sheets that you'll be washing. I always recommend when it comes to cleaning properties to let the owners know or hosts know about duvet covers, because what will happen is that you'll run into issues to where these are staining and then they have to be washing. It takes a lot of time. Now, what you guys do and what you work out, let's just be honest, right? A lot of people, hotels, and when it comes to housekeeping, they don't wash these at all. Right now, there may be something that comes up with the people that you're working with, short-term, mid-term rental, whatever, verbal, whatever, to where they might do it monthly or bi-monthly or bi-weekly, where they'll actually go and wash these, but then they have to do duvet covers. You guys work that out, whatever the case is. But I mean, let's just be real. A lot of people aren't doing it. I personally do it. My whole thing is I look at, when it comes to cleaning, what is it that I want to do, or what do I look for when I go to a place or a hotel to check in? Let's just be real. Let's be clean, and let's make sure everything is sanitized for the guests. Always check under the bed. You want to sweep and mop and dust, of course, because a lot of people miss that. And I can't even say miss that. They just be lazy. Let's just be real, right? Picture frame here. That's the second bedroom. Nothing crazy. But what you want to do is come to the bathroom, and it's hot in here. What is going on? Hey, y'all. Let's see here. So again, top down, I always check for cobwebs, right? That's the one thing I definitely want to check for. You check the wall for any possible stains. That's one thing I didn't point out. But for the most part here, some people, they're not really touching the walls. And where I'm at out in Detroit, they just seem to love to touch the walls. But anyways, check for cobwebs. I'll work from the shower area. So you want to, this railing here, I would definitely wipe down the windows, the window seal, wipe down your bottles. A lot of people miss that, but I'm telling you, that's a little touch that people don't notice, but you have gunk all on the bottles, it can look a bit crazy. I'm just saying, right? Of course, getting a nice little brush, getting in the grout and the towel, taking care of that. So you're wiping that down. Checking your shower liner. Obviously, this one needs to be changed out. That's something that you can communicate to your host or property owner about. Checking the, would this be a shower liner? Or the plastic one, but you get what I'm saying. And then you got your fixtures here that you want to wipe down. One key thing a lot of people don't know, make it shine. Go ahead and get you some Windex and you'll be good to go. Of course, washing your towels, rugs you're washing, checking along and then dusting, wiping anything down with the wall or space heaters. One important thing, always make sure you get behind there, please. Right? It's dusty, it's dirty, guys, pee back there. Please, 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 that's very important. Of course, cleaning the sink area. Make sure you're always replenishing everything in regards to your tissue or filling up the bottles with the soap, whatever you have backups for. Little fixtures like this you want to wipe down because it could be fingerprints, it could be dust. Just little things go a long way. For me, these are things that I do. A lot of people don't do. You know, you might, again, have an issue like this. And I can't say an issue, but I think for the most part, maybe they could be testing you. I don't know. Maybe they just really don't care enough to kind of go detail by detail. I think it's important. So that if there's any hosts or owners that may be watching this, I think it's important that you actually put down what it is that you want to be clean, right? Because at that point, when you're bidding and then that person is accepting these projects, they are, of course, confirming that they will be doing those things that you're asking of them. And I think that's very important, that you guys be as detailed as possible so that way they can agree to it. So you don't want to have three things and you expect them to do 100 things, right? So a couple of things. I'll actually end up making a video to where, I could show you doing the cleaning. I just wanted you guys to see the things that's important to clean when it comes to doing Airbnb. So a general cleaning, a basic cleaning, but enough to where when people can come in, it smells clean, it looks clean and it's sanitized, so people can feel safe and comfortable at whatever property or location or unit that they're at. So this is Mr. Adams, Royal Touch Cleaning. Just kind of letting you know, giving you some tips and tricks for cleaning, whether it's Airbnb, Verbo, Flip Key, whatever the case is, for short and mid-term rentals. If you got any questions, feel free to comment, or you could email me at royaltouchcleaningservicesbiz@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to give you guys some information. I'll be making more videos so that you guys can have an idea of who I am, and just, again, some tips and tricks on what you guys could do, whether it's bidding or, trying to get more money out of situations. Not, trying to just take money and not do anything, but adding value. So you add value, you know your worth, and then from that, you can make more money. All right, peace, guys.